Look closely at this bull elk. Those long strips hanging from his antlers may look like torn, bloody skin, but this elk is not suffering from a serious injury. He is shedding his velvet. This natural transformation tells us that his antlers have finished growing and that the fall breeding season, known as the rut, is about to begin. But why does an elk grow velvet in the first place? Why does he rub his head against trees to remove it? And does the process itch or hurt? To understand what is happening, we have to go back to spring. Unlike horns, antlers are shed and regrown every year. After a bull elk drops his old antlers, a new pair begins growing from permanent bases on his skull called pedicles. At first, the developing antlers are soft and covered by a fuzzy layer of living skin. This is velvet. Velvet is much more than a soft covering. It contains a network of blood vessels that carries oxygen, protein, calcium, and other nutrients to the growing antlers. It also contains nerves, which makes growing antlers sensitive. During this stage, bulls are usually careful around trees, brush, and other elk. An injury to the velvet can be painful, cause significant bleeding, and even affect the final shape of an antler. Antlers are among the fastest growing tissues in the animal kingdom. During the peak growing period, the antlers of a mature bull elk can grow more than half an inch in a single day. By the end of summer, a full pair may weigh approximately 30 pounds. But once the antlers reach their full size, the velvet is no longer needed. As the days become shorter, changing hormone levels tell the antlers to stop growing. Minerals harden the antlers into solid bone, and the blood supply to the velvet is greatly reduced. Without that blood supply, the velvet begins to dry, die, and separate from the hardened antlers underneath. That is when all of the rubbing begins. The bull pushes his antlers into bushes, scrapes them against tree trunks, and thrashes them through branches. The rough vegetation catches the loose velvet and pulls it away. Sometimes the velvet comes off in small pieces. Other times, it hangs from the antlers in long strips. The process can look painful because the exposed antlers may be reddish and the hanging velvet resembles torn skin. But does it actually hurt? While velvet is sensitive during the growing stage, natural shedding normally begins after the tissue's blood supply has been restricted and the velvet has started dying. For that reason, shedding the dried velvet is not believed to hurt in the same way that tearing away healthy living skin would. What about itching? You may have heard that elk rub their antlers because the drying velvet becomes itchy. Some wildlife experts describe it as itchy or irritating. Others point out that dead velvet no longer has functioning nerves and therefore cannot literally itch. Because an elk cannot tell us exactly what he feels, we cannot know for certain. The safest explanation is that the loose velvet may feel irritating or uncomfortable, and rubbing provides an effective way to remove it. But rubbing does more than strip away velvet. It also polishes the newly hardened antlers and helps sharpen their points. By repeatedly moving his head and antlers through heavy brush, the bull is also beginning to display the strength and aggression he will need during the rut. Hanging velvet represents the end of months of rapid growth. The hard antlers underneath signal the beginning of the rut. Soon the remaining velvet will be gone. The bull's antlers will be clean, polished, and ready as the sound of bugling elk begins to echo across the landscape. After the rut and the long winter, the bull will eventually shed his antlers. Then, when spring returns, he will begin growing another pair, and this remarkable cycle will start all over again.